Hello tarot friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Balsamic Moon Tarot and I'm here with another pick a card reading for you. Today's theme is simply a short and powerful affirmation. So I have 3 cards already selected and you can feel free to skip ahead to the timestamp for that card to get your reading. Let's go ahead and turn these over. This is from the Visionary I Ching Oracle deck. We have hexagram 31, mutual attraction. Okay. Lake above, mountain below. And for pile 2, we have innocence. That's hexagram 25. Sky above, thunder below. And for pile 3, we have dangerous depths. Water above, water below. Hexagram 29. So whether you're drawn to the number or the image or the phrase, the title, take a moment to pause, take a couple deep breaths. And select the card you are most drawn to. You can also feel free to listen to multiple messages and, simply remember, retain, accept and claim what is resonating for you at this time. This is a timeless message, and let's get on to your reading. See you there. Hello, pile 1. We selected the card Mutual Attraction, which refers to the I Ching hexagram 31, lake above, mountain below. So, what I'm getting for you so far is that this could be about a relationship. This affirmation could be about a relationship in your life right now, or one that is just beginning. This is a relationship in which you do sense mutual attraction between the two of you. There's also, I'm sensing potential here for not a relationship reading, but more an affirmation that you are drawing towards you. You are attracting towards you all the pieces of the puzzle for this dream you have. So let's get started with that. Okay, this is again a short and sweet, powerful affirmation. So what do your guides want to affirm for you at this time? What is the affirmation for pile 1? What is this card Mutual Attraction about? What is the message for pile 1? Okay, let's take it. So we have tarot cards here. Wow, so the first card we have is Existence. This is the first card in the major, this is like the Magician card in the Major Arcana. After the Fool, it is the first one. And yeah, powerful start there. We have the Eight of Pentacles, also known as the Eight of Rainbows in this deck, Ordinariness. We have Silence. I'm pretty sure this is like the Moon in other decks, another Major Arcana card. We have Inner Voice. This is the parallel of the High Priestess, also referring to your intuition. Very powerful card. Wow, you have 3 Major Arcana cards here. And you have another one. You have the card for conditioning, also known as the Devil. Okay, so first I'm going to double check. It's interesting that you have the Silence card and you have the Inner Voice card. So it's like you've received an intuition, but I think you're still in the process of, I think you're still processing it because you haven't quite had a moment to yourself. You haven't quite been able to silence your mind in order to actually process it through your heart, okay? Oh, this is the star. That's why it threw me off. This is the star card. Well, it's not the star card, but it is. It has parallels to the star card. So, interesting. Interesting. Wow. So, yeah, I'm definitely getting here an affirmation that your recent and what your intuition has been, what your intuitive messages have been collecting recently. You've been receiving these intuitive messages, and these are guiding you to that vision, right? Like these are it's almost like a scavenger hunt. It's like they're giving you these clues to follow so that you can put together these pieces of this puzzle, okay? It's like with the ordinariness card, you see somebody who's collecting flowers. It's a beautiful setting. And what this means is that this is somebody who appreciates what others consider merely ordinary, what others consider mundane. But this person understands the value, okay, the value of each little flower. And they can be gathering these flowers to do some craftsmanship, right? These flowers could be the pieces of the puzzle, the pieces of the craft, okay? So what you're doing now, especially with existence and inner voice both showing up here, what you're doing now is very much in simpatico, that's the word I'm hearing. It's like in sync. The assertiveness, so it's like the masculine principle, the yang principle, the assertiveness, the creativity is serving the desires of the yin, the femininity. So you are able to match your action with your intention. Your inner voice is guiding you, and your ability to act on it is effective and powerful at this time. With conditioning, we see here a lion that has been tied up. There's sheepskin on it, right? So it's been forced to masquerade as a sheep. So this lion has no idea who, what it really is, right? It has no idea it's a lion. It's been conditioned to believe it is a sheep. So it's basically powerless because it doesn't realize it has force, it has bite. Doesn't realize it's a hunter, and if it had only realized it was a hunter, it would realize it's surrounded by food, right? It would realize that all these sheep are exactly what it's after, but it's not attacking, right? It's not feeding itself. I know that's starting to sound gory and grim, but this is nature here, right? Nature isn't always pretty. But what I really find interesting about the image is that it's not like it's been muzzled. See, the lion's jaws, are not disabled. The lion could bite. It could certainly free itself. I mean, it's strong enough to. It's just been conditioned to be tame, right? It's been conditioned to be domesticated. To think it's domesticated, rather. So there's some powerful conditioning going on here that you need to bring to the light, bring to the awareness here. Interestingly enough, it's all coming through with ordinary steps, quote unquote ordinary steps. The powerful conditioning that you have experienced can be undone, but it comes with this small steps and this small appreciation of, yeah, these mundane things in your life. I'm trying to suss that out. But all of this is working. So this whole message is this affirmation to you that your intuition is correct, that actions that you take on this intuition will be successful, but also that you need some time in silence. You need some time to unpack the other element of this, which are the conditioning that's keeping you stuck in inaction, learned helplessness, impotence, in a sense. Okay, so it's like you have something very powerful and strong coming to you, becoming available to you. But now is the time to look at your daily, ordinary life, your mundane life, the work you do every day. What is it you're diligently working on? How do you diligently, collect and craft what you're working towards? How do you do this with that attention, with that commitment to excellence? Because there's conditioning, there's some kind of misguided notion about that you need to unpack and undo and become aware of. Okay, so that's what I'm getting so far. Let's try to get this. Let's try to hammer out the details. Can we clarify ordinariness, please? The sword. Wow, that's amazing. So again, you wield the sword. You wield the sword. The magician wields the wand. You wield the sword. We have here understanding. This is going to be the Knight of Cups. Okay, this is beautiful. So this is the Page of Cups, the understanding card. And I thought the last line was a really lovely synchronicity here. There are thousands of flowers uncountable, but they all become possible in the climate of freedom. So we see here a bird, right? A bird able to leave its cage, but it's just teetering on the edge there. It seems to be uncertain. It seems to be a bit afraid to leave its cage. Countless flowers, okay? This is someone who is free to do as they please, and this is what they choose to do. They choose to collect the flowers. And again, it could be to craft something, okay, to make something with those flowers. They see a tremendous value in something ephemeral, something humble and small and simple, but obviously they see a bigger picture here. And so they know the value of something because their value system is right? Everything is aligned. Their principles are aligned. Their value system is aligned. They know how to appreciate and judge things as they are, right? So with the sword, that's what that is also referring to. It's that clarity. And it's the decisiveness to take action, to make that decision and take action. So for you, pile 1, I think that you are getting this affirmation. For some of you, it is an affirmation that whatever therapist or counseling or psychological treatment, whatever therapeutic practice you have been looking at, because you know you need to unpack some kind of mental conditioning here. Whatever practice that is that you've been considering, follow your intuition on that. Follow your intuition that this is going to be like a powerful new step for you. This is going to open up and unlock freedom for you. Because with this understanding card, you have an opportunity to understand things about yourself, things that have been unconscious. things that have been irrational, things that have been painful and triggering, okay? Things that have been so disturbing or upsetting to you, but you don't know why. You don't understand why. So you have an opportunity here to understand this better, to take that space and understand yourself better, to have clarity about this, but in a safe way, right? It's like to face the inner lion too, right? It's like facing this lion that has been restrained and held back, right? It's like your instincts are all confused because you've been operating under these wrong assumptions. So this is going to be an opportunity to actually reclaim those powerful instincts, okay? That's what that sword is too, to reclaim that powerful instinct, that inner drive, that motivation to actually find motivation that you haven't never felt before, even because you're liberating, you're freeing yourself to be who you really are. I know that's I've touched on a lot of different things here in just one sentence, but what I'm trying to say is that for somebody here, there is this affirmation. Perhaps you've been afraid to go into therapy, to start therapy, and perhaps you have a lot of reasons to be afraid, and you have valid reasons to be afraid, but your intuition at this moment has been telling you something. And one of the things it's been telling you is that you do need to have this introspection and this investigation of your inner world, your psyche. You may be incredibly afraid to do this on your own, and you don't have to do it on your own. There's something showing up in your normal day-to-day life that is going to be assisting you. This could be access to a therapist. This could be a daily practice of meditation or a daily practice of gardening. But there's something showing up in your ordinary life, or let's say the 3D even, and it may seem simple at first. It may be almost hard to recognize. It may be easy to dismiss because it just seems humble. It seems, it's not this huge transformation that you were looking out for. It may be this very simple thing coming towards you that you can access, but that is so powerful precisely because it will liberate you from these self-defeating beliefs and these forms of self-sabotage that are unconscious, okay? It's going to bring consciousness to you. It's going to expand your consciousness, expand your awareness of self. And that powerful shift is what allows you to match your thoughts and your deeds, your actions and your desires, okay? So I feel like this message is for somebody who has felt powerless in some way, and you've had your dream, you've been working towards it somehow, but there's been a pattern of self-sabotage or learned helplessness. There's been some way that you avoid doing something because you're afraid of failure, or you're afraid of rejection. You're simply afraid. You're afraid to try. You've never even attempted it. So that's the self-sabotage. So what mutual attraction is showing up in your life, this is showing up, it could be showing up as a partnership, it could be showing up as another person, a relationship, whether that's romantic or professional or, medical health related, right? Like a health practitioner, a partnership with a health practitioner, a partnership with a therapist. It could be that, but mutual attraction, what I'm seeing as the mutual attraction is that you're now ready to receive what you need. You are drawing towards you the actual tools to achieve your dreams, okay? These tools are not like the obvious things. That's what's important to know here. The tools that you're attracting towards you that are going to be absolutely useful and needed, ordinariness, they're going to show up as something quite ordinary. Okay, so that's your message, pile one. Really, 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 you know, sending you the best, and I really hope I would love to hear what this journey is for you. And if you want to share, feel free to put it in the comments if you're comfortable, or simply leave a like. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave a like. I even have in the description a way to get in touch with me if you want a personal reading. But thank you so much for being here, pile one, and take care. Okay, bye. Hello, pile two. Welcome to your reading. You selected the card Innocence, Sky Above, Thunder Below. Hexagram 25. Okay, so I feel very lighthearted going into your reading. The first pile one's reading was quite intense and deep. So if you were drawn to that reading, by all means, pay attention to that reading. But I feel a definite shift already with your card of Innocence. Let's just take a quick look at this guidebook. Yeah, pure heart. Okay. Innocence implies a natural harmlessness, an openness, and pure intentions unsullied by ulterior motives. The condition of innocence has less to do with age than with attitude. It springs from a heart that remains open to joy and wonder. The hallmark of innocence is a willingness to treat all creatures with compassion and respect. Those who possess a pure heart are best guided by their instincts and intuition. Thinking too much severs links with the guidance of the heart. Be wary of courses of action that require too much cleverness. So yeah, this is about following your instinct for sure. It can even relate to the Fool card in tarot. But let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards and let's see what that message is for you. Today we just want an affirmation. We want a very clear, simple, short and sweet affirmation, no less powerful. But we want to know, what is pile two? What does pile two need affirmation about? What is pile two's affirmation today? Okay, we have integration. This is a parallel to the Temperance card, and I love the yin and yang here. We also have an eagle and a swan, okay? And the Ouroboros, the snake, and the lotus flower, the sun and the moon. Okay, so I'm getting it. Yeah, the integration of opposites, non-duality as well. We have conditioning. This showed up in pile one as well, conditioning. We have playfulness. This is the Page of Wands. I love this. This is really cool, actually. I love the lights dancing around this figure. And we have the Knight of Swords, fighting. Okay. Pile two, innocence. Wow. Your innocence here is hard won, I would say. So playfulness, integration, and conditioning, and then the Knight of Swords. So what's been going on for you recently, pile two? You have brought, you've asserted yourself in a very powerful way recently. You spoke up for yourself. You spoke up for what you needed. You didn't back down. But you also didn't overreact, okay? You were very clear in what your boundary was, and then you were very consistent in protecting that boundary. So that's what I'm seeing here. Now, as an example, I am seeing it in a relationship. As an example, there's been a relationship, maybe even a family tie, and you had to tell this person this is my limit. And you also explained it doesn't matter that I've crossed this boundary before. It doesn't matter that the boundary is only being placed here today and going forward. See, that's what I'm saying. It's possible that you didn't have that boundary before, but you've erected a new boundary, and now you've been consistent with asserting this boundary. And as a result, wow, the peace of mind. Okay, this innocence is showing that you have this lightness in your step now, the playfulness, right? You have this energy that's been freed up as a result. The conditioning card is very interesting here because, you know, it's normally a card for concern. It's normally a message of concern here, that there's something you're doing that's misguided, or, you know, showing an attachment to like a false belief, an attachment to even an addiction. But I'm not seeing here in this way. I'm seeing it because it's got integration and playfulness, and even the Knight of Swords. All these cards are showing that the conditioning element, like the devil, right? The devilish element in this situation is being mitigated. And the awareness is part of that mitigation. It's this awareness that you have the tendency to you know, sabotage yourself or sabotage your rules, you know, lower your boundaries, blur the boundaries. It's because you have that awareness that you have that tendency that you're able to be more effective. Okay, so you're very self-aware. That's what I'm getting here. So that is your affirmation. The affirmation is those boundaries that you're you know, those boundaries you've recently erected, they are doing you a great service, and to keep that up. Okay, I'm gonna pull a couple more cards. Crone of Spirals. Okay, that's awesome. That is the King of Wands in this deck. Wow. We also have the Establishment. Yeah, it's interesting. We have the Establishment, but what we show here is someone who has like a bolt cutter, right? They've actually cut their way through this fence. And the fence itself is shown to be this very, it's almost meaningless. This fence that's been erected is meaningless. What you can tell is that the fence is such a man-made thing, and it has no power against nature. Okay, so you see this powerful figure, this lady with a motorcycle, and then you see that she is like totally in touch with natural forces. Okay, she's in touch with the earth, she's in touch with even the soil. You see the soil has the root systems and the mushrooms, so it's very healthy, vibrant, fertile soil. And then you have the sun, right? This is the force of the sun. That solar power, that solar energy is what powers all of nature. And this fence is just this gate, right? This chain link fence is just this very kind of inconsequential material. It's a, what it's showing me is that we have ideas of the establishment, right? We have ideas of the powers that be, and these ideas can be actually quite they can be misleading. You know, they can simply be misleading because it's giving us this perspective of the world like we can fit all these things into tidy compartments. It's giving us this false sense of reality that everything kind of fits into this system and this order. I mean, we could even talk about the patriarchy, right? But this is an anti-establishment figure in that sense. This person is reminding us that everything we build as humans, everything we build as people, is still powerless in the face of Mother Nature. It's still powerless in the face of much larger cosmic forces. So this card, in a sense, is both empowering and it's also humbling. It's reminding us that our true power comes from being grounded in the natural world, okay? So this is showing up with that playfulness card, that Page of Wands, this Crown of Spirals. This is like the King of Wands. So what's, oh, and it's actually, to me, what it's showing is a tree trunk, which is very cool. So back to your affirmation. See, you have asserted your boundaries here, but the boundaries you have erected and you are now asserting, you're realizing these boundaries are not just pretensions, right? These are not just pretend boundaries. They're rooted in your basic needs. They're rooted in your earthly needs, okay? It's like you need to be fed food. You cannot starve. You cannot go hungry. So of course a boundary for you is that you refuse to, you know, entertain anyone who wants to starve you. You know, it's that sort of thing, right? It's like, that's not some BS boundary. That's very simple. Someone is withholding food from you and trying to starve you. No, you won't put up with that. I mean, certainly if you have any choice in the matter, right? So that's what I'm getting at here, is that the affirmation is to continue to trust your instinct, continue to get your needs met, and to understand who is not supportive of that, who's not supportive of you having your basic needs met. They don't respect you, right? So the boundaries are about that essential respect and you know, human decency. It's about this respect, the same respect we have for life on earth. That's the respect you deserve and the respect you demand now. So yeah, pile 2, that's really cool. That's an awesome encouragement. I mean, gosh, I love this biker woman, right? This is pointing you in the way of tremendous growth and tremendous, wow, not just growth, but not just growth and not just liberation, but excitement. It's adventure. That's like, it's like you've unlocked this level of a new adventure now, because you have a much clearer understanding of the way the world actually is. You're no longer playing by some BS game here, you know, and also you're no longer in the sandbox. That's the other message I'm getting, is you're no longer just playing in this little sandbox, limiting yourself. You're ready to take on the world as it is. You're not going to take on a world that's being spoon-fed to you or just being, you know, controlled. It's like, yeah. So I think you understand me there. Cornucopia. Wow, yeah. Beautiful message there. So integration, right? You have all the fruits of your labor available to you here. This is abundance here, right? With cornucopia, this is abundance within reach. The abundance is no longer in playing some game that has been depriving you of your soul's needs, depriving you of your earthly needs, that's been sucking you dry, basically. Your abundance is coming because you have this faith. You have this faith in your an understanding of who you truly are. You have a faith in how you are truly built. You understand how you're built. You understand what you need. And so that abundance is now available to you because it's just the natural order of things. It's just the natural order, okay? What you feed, what you invest in, what you nurture blossoms and turns into, you know, a bounty. So you are nurturing the innocence in yourself, which is the first step in helping you to understand what you need, helping you to understand what you know, what are your instincts telling you, what are your basic drives, what are your basic urges telling you, what are your desires telling you, right? That's all coming into better balance now. Okay, pile 2, that's your affirmation. Thank you so much for being here, and I wish you the very best. If this reading was helpful for you, feel free to, you know, chime in the comments with your thoughts. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't yet subscribed. And also, I'm available for personal readings. If you want to get in touch, that's in the description box. And I'm happy to give you more information on that. Okay, take care, Pile 2. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You selected the card Dangerous Steps, hexagram 29 in the I Ching, and it refers to water above, water below. Okay, I just wanted to read part of the passage in the guidebook. It is reckless to court danger, but critical for inner development to not shrink from it either. Those who respond to dangerous conditions most effectively are those who can establish an inner bubble of calm in the midst of chaos. An emotionally stable center keeps one rooted in the moment, alert and focused. Courage at times like these springs from focused attention and a brave willingness to penetrate the moment of peril to its very core, to reshape and transform it. So this refers to a crisis, okay? And how do we navigate crisis? How do we navigate crisis so that we are not only, so that we not only overcome it, but that we actually are stronger for it, right? So let's see what the affirmation is for you. I think first message is definitely you have gone through a recent crisis, or you're going through a crisis right now. And I have these tarot cards to show you. So let's go ahead and select a few tarot cards to get the message. What is the affirmation for Pile 3? What do they need to know right now? Something positive for them to know right now. Something they are doing right. Something they are embodying. Experiencing. This is like the Three of Wands, okay? Ripeness. This is similar to the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Rainbows, okay? We have the Knight of Swords, fighting. Interesting. So the affirmation for you as you go through this crisis, what you are realizing is that you know what you have to offer. You know what you have. Oh, interesting. I just heard you know who you have in your corner. Okay, so there might even be somebody. This Knight of Swords might actually be somebody else. Somebody is fighting for you. It might even be a lawyer, actually. But someone's fighting for you. It might be someone in law enforcement. Okay, so someone is fighting for you. They are advocating for you. It could even be that someone is defending you without you knowing. Like, you're not aware of this, but someone is speaking to others about you and they're defending you. They're defending your honor. You are showing up as an honorable person. And the affirmation is that this crisis is just a lead up to a much better, bigger opportunity. So there is an opportunity in this crisis, and I don't think you need to just exploit it and just be focused on like, what am I going to get out of this? No, it's not necessarily that, but there's an affirmation here that if you just have that integrity, if you just have that, if you continue to have the integrity you already have, right? Just be who you are. And again, you know what you have to offer. You have skills, you have strengths, you have capabilities, you have resources, you have something to offer here. And by knowing what you have to offer, that's exactly how you can succeed here. Even though this is a crisis, you know how there's potential to succeed in a very big way here. And so the affirmation is simply that the opportunity you're seeing in the situation, it's correct. And don't delay, don't dismiss it. Take it seriously, because you see a potential that no one else does, okay? This Three of Wands, experiencing. You understand the power and the urgency of this moment. And that is unique. Not everybody understands this the way you do. Somebody is in your corner. Somebody is fighting for you, or somebody's fighting for the same thing in alignment with you. The other possibility is that you are the one who is fighting, that you are in fact fighting for others. You're fighting for good. You're defending what is good. You're defending something that is necessary, that is needed in the world. I'm going to pull a few cards, but that is your main message. That is your affirmation. Let me see what else I can get. Okay. Alchemy. Wow. Pink bubble fairy. Yeah. So the fairy godmother, the pink bubble fairy, this talks about dreams. This talks about, sorry, let me just straighten this. It's probably bothering someone out there that this is not straight. But yeah, the pink bubble fairy, this is talking about safety too, because these bubbles, it's like showing you that you have a force protecting you. It is a divine force. I mean, it's just something about how you've done this good work, and that's protecting you. It's like, I'm hearing good deeds in the bank. You're banking on your good deeds. You're banking on your goodwill. This crisis might be bringing to the table, people who don't have any morals or something, like they don't have any spine. It's showing to you that there are people around you who don't have integrity, but you have integrity, and that's actually protecting you. It's not going to protect them, okay? Their track record will be all the proof that's needed, okay? I mean, I'm just telling you what I'm getting here. I really don't know how this applies to your situation. I can't detect the details of this, but that's the message I'm getting. With alchemy here, we see again this magical protection, and we see the flow. There's a situation of flow here. There's a situation also of flipping, of like one for the other, the transformation. I mean, it's an immediate turnaround, that's also what I'm getting here. It's almost like a miracle, like a Hail Mary, right? Like at the last minute, something is saved, something is protected, something occurs that just defeats, all the bad elements in the situation. So you may be feeling very stressed out lately, and you may be feeling even very upset and angry. And, I understand why, because this could very well be someone who is, a person or a group or an entity. There very well could be an entity that you do need to defend yourself against. But again, the affirmation is that you not only will find a way through this, but that the end point, the end game is going to be amazing. It's going to be much better than you ever thought, much better than you ever dreamed. So hold on to the dream. Keep dreaming the best outcome for the situation. Just keep those dreams up. Keep that optimism up. I'll pull a couple more cards, because I feel like you not only need an affirmation, you maybe need as much advice as you can get from this reading. So let's see advice. Yep, Ten of Swords, darkest before the dawn is what I'm hearing. 5 of Flowers, which is like the 5 of Pentacles, and it shows a mortar and pestle. So this is about making do with what you have. And again, you know what you have. You know what you bring to the table. You're resourceful. So this is the advice, to be resourceful, and you will survive. You'll be the last man standing. That's what I'm also hearing. Whoa, the World. Okay, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Pile 3. Pile 3. You've got it. Don't worry. Don't stress. You have not just the tools, you have the goodwill, the good luck. You've got fortune coming your way. It's going to take work. It's going to take some difficulty. It's going to take a confrontation. It's going to take resourcefulness. It's going to mean, you know, scrabbling together something for the solution. You don't quite have access to everything you need. That's why this is a bit of a crisis. It's a bit difficult. It's a bit of a crisis situation, but you will be able to get what you need based on your skill set, based on your talents, your abilities, your integrity, your willingness to work hard. We have the Knight of Swords. I'm hearing get your thinking cap on. Yeah. Do you have an accountant? Do you have someone who crunches numbers? Do you have someone who's a technical whiz, a computer whiz? That might be someone who can help you right now. That might be you. 7 of Cups. Okay, so again, get your thinking cap on. There is a solution here, but it's kind of hidden among all these different options you're entertaining, okay? You need to do your homework. You need to do some research here and keep your head on straight. Don't get thrown off guard. Don't get distracted by the stressfulness of the situation. Keep a clear head, okay? Maintain your composure. That's also what I'm hearing, because with the Knight of Swords twice, this could be someone who's a bit overreactive, you know? So maintain your composure here. Radiate gratitude, yes. So, you know, again, there could be somebody else who's maybe like competing with you, or they're vying for something, and they might be bad-mouthing you, but radiate gratitude, okay? This is the sunflower here. This is following the sun. The sun responds to the sun. I mean, sorry. The sunflower is drawn towards the sun, right? So this is about your honor system, keeping your honor here. You don't have to defend your honor because it speaks for itself. So just be yourself. Continue to be yourself. And who you are is going to overcome this. You do not need to resort to any pettiness, any tricks that, you know, just kind of play to the lowest common denominator. You don't need to play the same petty games as the others, okay? One last card. Actually, yeah, whatever card wants to come through from this deck. Is there another one? Is there another one? I'm hearing you have a card up your sleeve. You have another card up your sleeve. You may not know it yet, but it's going to show up. It's going to reveal itself. Adventures and simplicity. Okay. Pile 3, this is your last message. Okay. So yeah, the affirmation again is that you're going to overcome this. There's a crisis, but you're going to overcome it, and you're going to end up much better on the other side of this. In fact, you're going to end up in a situation where you are living your best life, frankly. I mean, this Adventures card is just so gorgeous and beautiful, and the waterfall, the blessings, the flowing through your life. I'm also seeing here, treat it like an adventure. That's the advice there. It's like, here are the rough waters, but this whole scenario is it's like idyllic, right? It's the waterfall can be perceived as being dangerous, and we can be afraid of a waterfall. We can be feeling like all our emotions are overcoming us and we're overwhelmed. But to treat it like an adventure, to let that anxiety and that excess energy just kind of flow through you and release it. That's the adventure here, okay? If you have to go for a jog, you have to do something that helps you, get that stress out, then do that, because simplicity is showing up as well. Simplicity, right? Back to basics. This is about simplifying your life. You don't have any distractions. You don't have any you don't have these like distractions and this interference. Yeah, you don't have the interference that's muddying the waters here. So the simplicity is also about the clarity. You have the clarity available to you. You just have to get this clutter out of your mind, and also remove the distractions, remove what seems to be, it's like fake solutions. Remove those fake solutions. You know, once you pierce the bubble there, once you pop the bubble of that fake solution, it'll be very clear what's actually the way through this. Okay, once you just dismiss these phony the phoniness, or you know, the snake oil salesman, that's what I'm hearing too. There's like advertisements or something. Someone's trying to sell you something. Yeah, no. That's not relevant. Yeah. Once you first of all, get over the shock, get over any stress, you know, once you release all that stress, the solution will be very clear, the path will be very clear, and you are the Knight of Swords, you know, go for it. Just go and do what needs to be done, and you will come out ever stronger here. Pile 3, that's your message. Thank you so much for being here, and I really wish you the very best with what you're dealing with. Feel free to chime in the comments if you feel comfortable to, if you want to share. Also, definitely please click the like and subscribe buttons, you know, to interact with my channel. That's always very helpful, and I always appreciate it. So take care, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here.